I'm Ryan, this is Rolls in the Family, and today I'm going to be running through a complete playthrough of the solo game Final Girl. Just a couple notes up front before we jump into the playthrough. First off, this is a game about horror and being the final girl trying to survive against some killer. So naturally, it's going to be a little bit more mature subject matter. I haven't read every card in the game, so I don't know exactly what might come up in this playthrough, but consider this the content advisory that just so you know what you're going into. It's usually pretty tropey, so nothing too crazy in my experience. I'm actually not a fan of horror movies, but I quite enjoy the gameplay and the theme within the context of this game. The second call out here is whether or not you are familiar with Final Girl or know how to play or not. I think this playthrough can still be very entertaining to watch. I think Final Girl lends itself well it's very story driven. You'll be able to tell what's going on. And as I kind of narrate my turns and talk about, you actually pick up a lot about how the game is played. And it probably will give you a pretty good feel if this is a game you've looked into or are considering for yourself. But with those things out of the way, let's talk about our setup here, because in any game of Final Girl, you're going to be selecting a killer and a location, and it's completely mix and match. Now, there are a lot of playthroughs on the internet that you can find that play through the killer and the location that come from a set. There's these feature film sets that are sold for Final Girl. So I figured let's shake it up and let's mix and match across sets. And so I actually have two here that do not come in a set together, which is honestly one of the huge features of Final Girl, being able to do that and have it work effectively. So to set the stage here, we are in the town of Falconwood. If you have ever watched the TV show Stranger Things, this is very much the Stranger Things inspired location. We've got kind of the small town. We've got a government lab over here in the woods that, is probably doing some creepy stuff. And so one of the things that's unique with Falconwood is every time you play it, you randomly select one of, I think there's 5 different missions that really change the feel of what's happening in this particular game in Falconwood. And that mission must be completed before I can completely defeat the killer. So in this particular game, we are playing with the missing friend mission. My best friend has gone missing. And so you'll notice across the map that there are these little tokens. These are essentially clues to where my best friend may currently be. And whenever I am in one of those locations, I can spend a time to pick it up, and I'll place it on the matching spot over here, either A, B, or C. And once I find an A token, a B token, and a C token, those are essentially going to pinpoint a single location where I will then put out the little orange meeple for my best friend, and I can go and actually rescue him or her. I don't know. I'm a Final Girl. We'll say it's a her. And one of the advantages of me rescuing, besides the fact that I must do that to be able to defeat the killer, another advantage is that I get my best friend as an ally at that point, who has kind of their own special ability, and I'm going to get this spell book, which is actually kind of a powerful attack. In addition, I also get to reset my horror level all the way to 0, which is amazing in Final Girl, because your horror determines how many dice you're rolling on any given skill check. So that's kind of what we got going on with Falconwood. But, and it's according to our setup, it is election day in Falconwood. Maybe that's why we got a bunch of pairs of people going around to go vote. But little do they know that lurking in their midst is the Eyeless, some kind of weird alien-looking creature that can't see and operates entirely off of sound. So there's a couple things to call out here. The first is that the Eyeless, its normal behavior is just that it moves. It doesn't actually attack, which is good because the starting attack is 3 and the starting normal movement, full movement, is 3, which is actually very high for a killer in Final Girl to be starting with. However, we have this concept of noise. There's this little marker on my time track that starts at 0, and every time I play a card in the action phase, I have to bump up my noise. And that's basically introducing risk, because when I draw a card from the terror deck, some of the eyeless cards will say, if the noise is equal to or above this threshold, this much worse effect happens because the Eyeless heard me doing things and is able to react and come and potentially kill me. So I have to kind of balance being careful with how much noise I generate. As far as Final Girl, I'm going to be playing with Rhonda, who's got once saving 4 victims will unlock the Final Girl ability, which is that I gain time equal to the current Bloodlust level when I flip this, and then for the rest of the game, whenever Bloodlust increases, I gain a time. So really big boost to time, in addition to having some pretty beefy health at 6 health. So that could be a good one to try to unlock. So let's talk a little bit about kind of how I'm thinking of opening here on the setup. So usually I'll look at kind of like what items are available, because a big thing in Final Girl is figuring out like how are you going to kill this thing, because you're probably going to need a weapon or some other strategy to bring it down. I know I potentially could get the spell book eventually, or I definitely will because I need to save my best friend. We do have a couple weapons up in our item display here. So the Dragon's Breath fireworks are at the government lab, and the shotgun is at the shopping mall. So great attacking. Dragon's Breath is a one-time thing. However, the caveat here is when playing against the Eyeless, whenever you gain an item, you have to assign it how much noise that item makes, kind of just making a judgment call on it. And I would make the judgment call that both Dragon's Breath and Shotgun are going to be in the loud category, which means that they would generate 3 noise whenever I use them in the action phase. So good weapons, but against the Eyeless, it's one I'm going to have to be pretty careful with that noise generation. Trash can lid is a nice one that 3 times I can ignore a damage, so that's a good defensive one that I could find at the police station. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm starting down in this corner, and we're pretty close to the library, community pool, and town fair, all of which have clues to where my best friend might be. I think I'm going to target this one that has these 2 victims and maybe get that, and then maybe try to get out with those victims so that I can work towards saving 4 victims. So the way every Final Girl game starts is with an event, which maybe I should have revealed before I made my strategic considerations. And our event in this case is Game of Chance. Choose how many dice of these red dice I want to roll to a max of 6. Roll them along with the d20. If the total value of the dice results is less than or equal to the value, I get 2 horror. So horror increases by 2. But if the total of the red dice is greater than the d20, then I get a reward based on how many dice I used. So this is definitely a how much do you want to risk it situation, because I could use 6 dice, which are almost certainly going to add to more than the result of a d20, but I would actually lose 2 time if I pick 6 dice. Whereas if I do 4 dice, I would gain a time. If I'm willing to try it with, only 2 dice, I could reduce the horror by 3. But again, I'm risking that if I fail, it's going to increase horror by 2, which right here out of the gate is pretty bad. Like, we really want to be getting this thing towards green. So I'm leaning towards being more conservative here. Maybe either 4 or 3. Maybe we just go conservative with 4. I really, really don't want that to horror. So let's see what our target is going to be with the D20. We want low. 13. So we with 4 dice need to, let's see, is it equal to or greater? Equal to means we still lose. So we need to be greater than 13. Come on, here we go. Oh my gosh, what a way to start this out. That is going to total exactly 13. Brutal start. We are going to have to increase horror by 2. Maybe I should have been even more conservative. I really thought that was a pretty good odds there. Okay, not a great start. And so, among other things, we're really going to want to prioritize pulling this back so that we don't end up rolling 1 die. Rhonda does have a nice ability when I save a victim that I could eliminate get 2 horror back. So I think I should really prioritize getting those people out. So, with that said, do I focus out of the gate to give us a little bit of breathing room, or do I just move? Let's start with moving. So we're just going to walk. Pretty bad roll again. I can discard 2 cards. I'll get rid of a short rest and a weak attack to bump that to the 1 success, which is going to be a time and move a space also generates a noise. I'm very far from him. He's got very good hearing. And we want to head up this way, but now I'm in a tough spot where I've got only 3 cards. I really kind of wanted to use a walk, especially because if I get there, I could use a time this turn to get that clue. It's a little risky, though, with where our horror is at, because if our horror gets increased, we're going to have a bad time next turn. Let's maybe focus. I think I'm going to play a little more conservative. Let's focus. We'll hopefully hold on to our walk for next turn. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, if we want our focus, we got to trash both our focus and walk to convert one of those. And I think I got to do it. So this is going to be another noise. I'm going to do 2 to lose a time, but give us a little bit of breathing room. But very unfortunate. We didn't really achieve what we were looking to in that first round. We have 4 time to spend on new cards. I really want to prioritize moving, honestly. So I think it's got to be sprint. I could either get 2 sprints. It'd be pretty risky because I wouldn't have any ability to convert. Well, and it's also tough because I kind of want to just go 1 space instead of 2 spaces so I can stop and pick this up. Now, I will note, I'm playing with a signature action, which is like an extra unique card that I randomly put 1 in each setup, and I have Parkour, which is move up to 1 space or 2 spaces if the best, and you can skip over spaces with a victim or a killer. But I could essentially use that as a 1 move. Now, it's more expensive than sprint, so that's probably not wise. Okay, we might... Do I get 2 sprints and risk that I may fail? Although sprint, even if I fail, I can choose to take damage to move and it would end my turn. Let's play risky. I think we're behind the 8 ball a little bit. I think I'm going to go double sprint and hope that the dice gods smile favorably upon us. So that's going to be spending 4. I'm going to go back to 6 time. We generated only 2 noise this time from our walk and focus. So hopefully the Eyeless won't do anything crazy. We are heading into the killer phase where this is going to target. There's equidistant here to groups of 2. So I always resolve these things just randomly. So I'll say like this top one is odd, bottom is even. It's going to go to even, headed to the government lab. Oh, just kidding. Sorry. It's going to head in that direction, but only 1 space because its normal movement is always just 1 space. He's just kind of wandering around, listening out for things. And then we're going to have a tarot card. Is that a severed arm? If there are no victims in your space, discard and draw the next tarot card. Okay. I don't have any victims in my space. I would have had I gone there, so maybe that's for the best. It does mean we're moving through the tarot deck a little quicker. Minor dark power. So when one of these comes out, it's actually a power that gets added to the killer. So it's going to add 2 health, and when resetting the noise level, reset to 1 instead of 0. Fear senses. Not a huge fan of that because I'm probably not anywhere near hurting the Eyeless, which I would get to take these 2 off first, and if I could get rid of them, I'd get rid of that effect. But this does mean that I'm going to be just resetting to 1, even more at risk with the noise here. But nothing else bad happened. I'm kind of glad it didn't affect the horror. We don't have anybody panicking, and I don't think we have anything that needs to happen in upkeep. So we are to a new round. We're resetting to 1 noise. And I've put myself in this risky situation of sprinting without any ability to convert 3s and 4s. So I am going to give it a go. It'd be nice to get a decent result here. Okay, we got our success. That's going to be 1 time. It's going to be 1 noise. I could go 2 spaces, but I think I want to stop here. Well, it's actually a tough choice. Like, do I stop to pick that up? Or do I just take advantage of the fact that I got movement and get a little closer to getting these people out of there and I can maybe pick it up later? Could really go either way. I think I'm going to opt to stop because spending a time here won't raise the noise. And we'll get our first clue, which is B1. So I'm going to put that over here. That is going to indicate that it is my best friend is in North Falconwood. So we know we're on the top half of the map. Now, I could certainly try to just sprint out of here. I think it's better to hold on to this and wait until we have more cards to increase the odds here. So I'm going to go straight to the planning phase. I'm going to get back all these 0 cost cards, and we have 4 to spend. We're definitely going to try to get these back, and then we're probably going to want to hit like the town fair to get one of these. There's not a lot else that is going to help. Honestly, it might be a good time for distraction, because we really want to start pulling our horror level, because if we can get to 3 dice, it helps significantly. So I think I'm going to do a distraction, a close call for 4, and reset to 6. And we are going to be heading into our killer phase, at which point our Eyeless is going to wander his way all the way to the government lab. Not kill anybody yet, but certainly in position to. And we're going to draw a tarot card. If we're careful, we might just make it. Place the Eyeless on your space. Oh, this is brutal. Okay, but I can reduce the noise level by 1 for every 2 I spend. So here's the problem. I have a noise level of 2. That was even with me being pretty conservative, but it had reset to 1. But that is the threshold at which it will attack me twice, which 2 attacks at 3 with me having no defend cards is pretty much opening the door to this being a very short game of Final Girl. So I think we need to take up the offer on spending 2 to reduce the noise by 1. Because actually then it will target a victim in my space, which is a bummer for sure. But maybe better than them than me at this moment. So that is going to, the Eyeless is not going to move because it's already in a space that's targeted, and is going to eliminate one of our victims here. So whenever a victim is eliminated, it is going to bump up horror, or bump up the bloodlust, which in this case is going to bump horror. So thank ourselves earlier for using that focus. So at least we didn't go to 0. I also just threw all my cards on the floor. Okay. That is it. And I don't think we have any upkeep. However, this other victim here is going to panic, because, it's kind of a brutal thing to have witnessed. So we're going to roll, and on a 6, it's going to run up. So this is probably going to change our strategy here. I think we got to go up, pick up another person at the shopping mall, and hit this exit on the top now, because we really got to start getting people out. And I'm also realizing with the Eyeless, this is the second time I've seen a card. Actually, one of them may have been from a location, but something that jumped directly to my space, which makes me feel a little more vulnerable. So I may want to get, have a guard on hand. So I'm just not, I have 6 health. So I'm not like overly worried, but I don't want a quick loss here. So let's see. I didn't reset my time, and we're in a new round. So I've got a lot to work with here. I kind of want to prioritize running. I should probably do this distraction, though, just so that we're not sitting at such a terrible... But I got to be careful here, because I don't want to generate too much noise. Do we wait on the distraction and prioritize running? Because if I do the distraction, if it takes me 2 movement cards to get all the way here, I'm going to be at 4 noise, which is pretty risky. But maybe we do that and try to, get a guard. Okay, we'll do it. So distraction. It would be amazing if we got the double result here, because it'd be 2 horror and we get time back. Oh, mama, we could. We could convert the 4. I think it's worth it, especially because we don't want to play that many cards anyway. At this juncture in time, actually, am I missing? Oh, great news. There's another card on the floor. My short rest and weak attack. We don't really need at this moment, so I'm going to discard those to bump that to the second result, which is going to be 2 time and 2 horror reduction at the cost of a noise. Very, very good result there. Let's see here. We now want to run for it, I think. So we are sprinting. Got to get to that shopping mall. Again, a pretty good result here. In fact, we can run the whole way. Totally going to do that. So I think I'm going to hold on to my walks and trash my focuses, just because with this mission, movement's going to be really important. I got to get to a lot of different places to find those. So I'm going to trash my focuses. It's sad though, because I am going to reduce the horror by 2, which is going to put me right on that threshold that if I hold on to a focus, I could get to 3. Maybe we do that. Let's do a walk and a focus. And we're going to get 3 movement here. So I'm going to go and bring this person to the shopping mall, have a little powwow, and then I have to leave 1 person there since I can only bring 2. But that is going to get 2 people out. We're going to use 1 definitely for the double horror reduction. We could either do the other one to move a space or get a search card because we don't need healing. I wonder if our play here is to go to the police station and try to get these people out because that would be our 4, which if that's our strategy, we probably want the move. A search would be nice too. I mean, I like that trash can lid. But I think we're going to take the move. Try to keep a move on here before the Eyeless kills some of these people. With a walk and focus left, and with us having done 2 actions, so we're at 3 noise. Oh, and I forgot to move down my time for my sprint. But I think we stop there at 3 noise, and we have a very healthy 7 to spend. I might want to hold on to walk and focus. Oh, did I even resolve my focus? I'm confused now. Because I did the sprint and I trashed these and I was holding on to the focus, but I'll probably do that next turn. Okay. So I think I'm going to stop there. I think I'm going to hold on to both of these and I'm going to go with 7. Wisdom would say, let's pick up a guard just as a precautionary measure. Honestly, a search wouldn't be terrible while we're at the police station. So maybe we do a search and a sprint and a close call. That's going to be 7. I think I'm okay with that. So we'll reset to 6. We'll send these back. And then it is going to be the killer phase. He's on the completely other side of the map now. And it's just going to move 1 space, and it's going to be towards the one that has more victims. And then we have our terror. We only have a noise of 3. Should be, that's reasonable, right? I have a bad feeling about this. We raise the horror and increase the noise level by 1 and draw the next card. Oh my gosh. Come on, nothing brutal. Oh, the first thing I see on the card is a 4 for the checking the noise, which is exactly where we're at. Blood curdling screams. If there were no victims on the board, we discard, but otherwise we panic all victims, which is not going to bode well unless I get a very favorable panic for our rescuing of these people. So let's start with the shopping mall. It's going to panic on 4. We've got 2 in the police station, are going to go on 5 and 4. That is going to do this. Don't go to the killer. Got these people over here, are going to go 3 and 4, which is both this direction, further from my exits. And the government lab, we've got 5 and 6, which is going to go up. At this point, I do have a noise level of 4, so it's going to do this top result, which is moving to me and then attacking twice, and I think it attacks me specifically because it's targeting the final girl. Well, I will say getting the guard was the right move because it could save our life here. So on this first attack of 3, I am going to use guard. And we've got a reroll. We got some things if we don't get a good roll here, but it'd be really nice to get, 6 and a 1. So we're going to reduce it by 2 and take 1 damage. And then he's going to attack again, and I've got no way to prevent it, so I'm going to take 3 damage. So that was ouchie. But we survived. Had I not picked up that guard, that would have we would have been at the mercy of whether we have hearts on the back of our final health token. So we're at least alive. However, we reset the noise to 1. I don't think nobody was killed this turn, so we're not going to get a panic here, even though the killer attacked me. I believe that's how that works. And we've got a new round. And I went from kind of liking this situation of getting those police station people out of there to not really having a great path to getting 2 more people out of here. I could start running this way and try to make a run to the bottom. I mean, I guess this space is equidistant from both of these. Do I search in the police station? It's an action, which does... Honestly, it's too bad I don't have like my weak attack, because I could take a shot at him to at least try to get rid of this effect. The Dragon's Breath would be helpful for that, but it's way down in the government lab. It would be really nice to have that trash can lid, because we're kind of squishy right now, and that would give us a little bit of defense. Let's see where a watt gets us. If we get lucky and get a 2, I think I'm running past the police station and getting the other person. But we'll see. Lucky is not how I would describe that roll. Okay, we probably just need to convert it through discards. Don't love it. Don't love it. It's going to be an action. It's going to be a time. Do I hold on to my sprint? Do I hold on to my search? I think I'm going to get rid of the focus and the close call. I think we're going to go here. The question is, do I search with... I'm not going to be able to convert 3s and 4s. And if I fail, I'm affecting horror. But we're also... I mean, we're in a tough spot where if we get attacked, like, we could die. So I think I'm going to try for the trash can lid. This is a little risky. It's a little risky. Come on, just one success, one success. Okay, we got it. We got it. We'll take the one success. That's going to be a time and a noise. And we are going to take the top item card in our space to get this trash can lid, which is going to have 3 usages marked with these tiny tokens. So that gives me a little bit of breathing room with not dying. At this point, we need to buy. We're going to get all these 0 cards back, and we have 4 to spend. Because we just did... we just did 2 actions that round. Man, would it be nice to get up into the greens, which, like, a distraction could help there. But is that really where we want to focus? Because I really also need to get these people out. Got to get out. So I think we got to take the sprint. Now, do we take a guard? Have we learned that that's wise? I guess I could parkour this guy straight to the... Actually, rather than going down here, if I go back the way I came, I could parkour over the killer to save a space. That might be the play. But I can't take sprint and parkour because I only have 4. But I do like that. And I already have some other movements. Maybe we leave the sprint. Although I'm not going to be able... There's no 1s available. However, thinking this through, being down here is a lot nicer for purposes of making some progress on looking for clues. Unless we're going to start journeying across the river. Let's leave parkour. Although if I take a sprint this time, I'm only going to have a walk on the next turn. No, let's do the parkour. It's cool anyway, leaping over the villain. That is going to set us back to 6. We're going to return these, and then our good friend, the Eyeless, is going to move right to me because he moves 1 space. Okay, be kind. I saw them leaving the makeout closet. Place 2 new victims at the school. Can be good or bad. It's more people I could save that are really close to exit. But I also have to, it's also more people that could get killed. I also draw a new event. Packed bridge, lose 2 time when crossing a bridge. And that is going to be in effect for the rest of the game. That's a little bit unfortunate timing because we were just about to enter the point in the game where I was going to probably be crossing some bridges to get over that river. So that's not great. But we didn't get hurt at all. We got a new round. And what is our plan here? Still go here and parkour over the enemy? I think so. With these here, this is kind of nice. Although this little close to the exit is now an extra 4 time to run back and forth. It was really an unfortunate draw there. Well, I think whatever the case, we start with a walk. And we get our 1 success. We reset time, noise. And so I've got my 2 people that would be the 2 to get out. I think we just got to get them out. And the path to doing that is going to be to parkour over the villain, I believe, the killer. Come on, big money, big money. Okay, we could turn this into a 2. I think we do, because that's going to save us using another card for noise. So I think I'm going to upgrade that. We spend a time, but I can go 2 spaces, jumping over. And I think, yeah, it's just a move, so I can move with victims. And that is going to get our 2 out. Okay, this is going to heal us 1. And it's going to give us a search action card, which I will gladly take. And it unlocks our final girl ability, which is immediately gain time equal to the bloodlust level, which is just 1. But for the rest of the game, whenever bloodlust increases, I get time. That is a nice buffer to that bad effect. And every victim I save heals me. So there's a path here also to getting some health back without needing to rest. Now, I don't think I want to do anything more this turn with where the noise is at. So we're going to go into planning. Did I get my time correctly here? I think we did a walk and a parkour. We should be down to 4. So, what's our priority? We got to start making some progress on this missing friend. Part of me is like, do I just start looking at stuff over here so I don't keep crossing the bridge? Try to kind of do stuff on this side. The problem is the only exit on this side is way down here. But, I mean, it's so much time to get these guys in and out. To get the 2 health and keep them from... So I think... We get these back. Honestly, we're still 2 away from rolling more dice. We've got 2 focuses. It's just that those focuses make so much noise because they're multiple cards. So do we get a distraction? Right now, we only have a walk, which maybe that's my turn, is just getting to them and looking at this. And maybe I focus on distraction and close call. Because managing horror here is just really important. Parkour is going to return. And we've got these zeros. All right, let's see what this guy's got for us. He's going to move 1 space, and he's going to go this way, because it's 1 away from this. Great, he's going to follow me back. And then at 3 noise, this indecision's bugging me. Choose 1. Lose progress on the mission, which with this mission would mean we lose that token, and it goes to like the farthest space away from me. That's annoying. Discard a random item card, hate that, or increase horror by 2. That is a brutal decision. Here's my thinking. If we lose our progress, the B1, the furthest space from me is probably 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there anything that's more than 6? Be one of these. So I think we would, I guess I would normally resolve that randomly if there's multiple options. So I would roll for one of these. But here's the thing. If we're going to pick up some of these, there's a decent chance we find the other B, which would have been useless. And if we find it, we'll know that this one is a B and that we don't need to go do it. So I think that's better than some of these other effects because I got to hold on to that trash can lid. So we're going to say that odd is putting it in the lab, even puts it in the exit. Dang it, I wanted it to be in the exit, but so be it. So we flip this back over, I believe, but we know it's a B. So we'll only go there if we need to find a B. We are also going to do another event. I could use an event that actually helps me a little bit here. Conspiracy Theorist. Place the Conspiracy Theorist at the shopping mall. The Theorist will follow you into a killer space and can only be attacked if there are no other victims in their space. While the Theorist is in your space, if an enemy in your space attacks you or a victim, that enemy takes a damage. So basically, if other things get attacked while the Theorist is in the space, it hits the enemy back. If the Theorist is killed and is in my space, I get a horror for seeing them die. Well, I kind of committed. I mean, I guess I'm close. There's an argument to be made to say, pick up the Conspiracy Theorist, get over here, because if I keep the Conspiracy Theorist with me when other things are getting attacked, that could get rid, if we could get 2 hits, we could get rid of that fear senses. But it is a little bit of a detour with my only having, I have a sprint and a walk. Okay, that's it. That's an interesting consideration here. Our noise is going to reset. And it is going to be a new round. And part of me is thinking that might be worth it. Though there's risk to having him in my space because if the Theorist is killed in my space, I take a damage. But I could leave him with some enemies. Because if or with some victims. Because if I end up coming through here, I'm not going to be able to carry all these people with me. So I could leave a nice little pocket with just a couple victims and the Conspiracy Theorist. That would be set up that if the killer goes there, I could get a couple hits there without even worrying about it. I kind of like it. We are going to hit our distraction, though, to see if we can't get up to 3 dice. Oh, if ever there was a time for that roll, it was right then. We hit the double horror reduction. We get 2 time. We are now rolling 3. And we are going to sprint. Come on. If we got the top result here, we could get the Conspiracy Theorist and get across the bridge with only 1 noise generated. Oh, I'm going to have to discard my whole hand to do it. Which, honestly, probably worth it. I think we get rid of all 4 of these cards to make that a double success. We spend 1 time and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Crossing the bridge takes an additional 2 time. And at this point, I think we spend a time to pick up the clue. A. So that's telling us that it's west of the river, which is kind of nice. I'm west of the river right now. I don't want to cross the river very often. Okay, so we're sitting with 4 time. That's probably the end of our action phase. We're sitting at 3 noise. But we've got the Conspiracy Theorist with some people now. And we're close to the killer. So this is definitely setting it up that the killer could come, kill some of these victims, but we could get hits back with the Conspiracy Theorist. Oh boy. Need a drink of water. So let's see here. With 4... we get all of our zeros back. Short rest, weak attack, walk. Which weak attack, again, if he comes to me, that could be how we get the second one off. And we got a couple of walks. So with 4... there's an argument to be made for parkour, because I could actually just, jump to these, you know, and not necessarily go for those victims. I make a lot of arguments in Final Girl. This is how I talk to myself when I'm playing by myself. There's an argument to be made for this or that. There's improvise. I mean, we're rolling with 3 dice. Improvise. There's a good chance you could hit that at the beginning of the turn and have 3s and 4s count for the turn. A little less powerful when we're not wanting to take as many actions with the Eyeless. Also, I mean, Trash Can Lid is giving us a pretty good protection here. And our noise is pretty low. I don't think we need a guard. I don't think we do. But I've said these words before. It's too bad I don't have any 1s I could buy, because that kind of makes 3s hard to pick. Because I do want to get 2 cards just for purposes of converting 3s and 4s. So that really does put me in the 2s, and that's probably going to be... Maybe we do get a guard. We don't really need a search until maybe we get down to the government lab. Let's get a sprint and a guard. So that's going to spend 4. We reset. And then we are headed into the killer phase, where the killer is going to mosey onto this little party at the school. We were having a conspiracy. I was introducing the conspiracy theorists to these other students. The ones that came out of the makeout closet, of course. It's gonna be what happens on this tarot card. On the hunt, it's gonna bump us out of 3 dice. I don't like it. Our noise is less than 4. Good noise management. So instead, it's going to move, which is going to stay where it is, and it's going to kill. So our plan is working to perfection here. It's going to kill one of these. That is going to raise Bloodlust, which discards the next tarot card. So actually, we are very close to the finale, which is awful, because I'm probably not going to have it's probably going to get really hard when that happens. However, Bloodlust went up. I actually get a time with Rhonda's ability. And let's see here. Conspiracy Theorist, if I'm understanding this correctly, attacks me or a victim while the Conspiracy Theorist is in the space. Oh, the Theorist does have to be in my space. So my other strategy to leave the Theorist behind wouldn't have actually worked. But we are in the right conditions right here. That is going to do a damage. So we could be getting rid of this fear senses here next turn. That is all. I don't think we have any upkeep. Oh, we do have panic, though. Golly, that means the Theorist is going to panic, too. Well, first the normal victim. I'm going to panic on a 4. Well, that was kind of the direction I was going to go anyway. And the Conspiracy Theorist on a 3, which is the same direction. You know, guys, you're just getting a head start to where I was going to go. There's something to be said to, like, leave a victim behind to just, like, maybe let the killer target that and not move as far. Okay, we're in a new round. What is our plan? Do we have a focus? Because I would love... We do not. Love to get back to 3 dice. And we don't have parkour. Yeah, I mean, we basically just want to move and hopefully get to probably here, Fanghorn Forest, to get another clue. Because we got to get moving on this best friend thing. We've only got 1 card left in the terror deck. Like, we're probably going to have to get pretty lucky here with these. Because I don't even have a weapon. Like, when he starts coming after me hard, probably going to have we're going to have a rough time here, I think. But let's just stay in the moment. Let's start with the sprint. We could get 3 spaces out of that. And again, with the noise levels, which reset to 1, the more bang for our buck we can get with 1 action, the better. Oh, hold on. I was going to weak attack first. So I'm going to keep that as my sprint result, but I'm going to do a weak attack first. And I think I was going to be fine taking a trash can lid. Oh, no, I can't because it's a direct health loss. But I get rid of fear senses, which is very, very nice. And And then with sprint, we had essentially the same result, which I think we do like the 3 spaces. Do short rest and a walk. And so we're going to go 1. We'll bring the conspiracy theorist. 2, 3. I'm going to have so much trouble doing damage that if I can get anything out of the conspiracy theorist, I got to like set it up that I could. So let's see. That weak attack didn't take any time. Sprint did. And then we're going to spend an additional to get here. Please. We want this to be a C because then we could pick up the B down here. But it is a B. So we know we don't really have any reason to go to the government lab. But it does mean, man, we either got to go up here or we got to get way down to these 2. This is going to be a little rough. I think that ends my... I kind of like ending with a really low noise level. We'll get our focuses back, which should hopefully get us to 3 dice. And we've got 5 to spend. But man, we've got a tough road ahead of us here. Like, do we go to the best friend's house and hope it's the C? But we just have like no way to get... It would have been so nice if we had gotten the C, because we could have also picked up the dragon's breath at government's lab. But I don't think it's worth getting all the way over there. We could say, okay, let's get to the other side. Chances are one of these... In fact, it's guaranteed one of those are a C. Because there's 2 C's and we know this one is not. That would be like... And it's... I mean, doing 2 spaces up here, I'm just in no man's land up here in terms of getting an item or anything that's going to help me. So maybe the play is to try to go this way, in which case a parkour could save us a step. In fact, I can... Oh, hold on a moment. We've left a little trail of people. I could potentially parkour all the way. I think no matter what, parkour has got to be one of the ones we pick up here, because it's potentially opens up a huge move across the map. So then that leaves us with 2. Do we take a sprint? Are we just in like run for our live mode? If we can get to 3 dice, I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the sprint. So that spent our 5. We're going to return this, and we're headed to... Now, obviously, the killer is going to move, so I'm not getting potentially as much of a jump as I thought. But we'll evaluate after this. This is our final tarot card, which is a little terrifying. We've managed Bloodlust pretty well. He hasn't even gotten to his dark power yet. But let's see. Never-ending attacks. Basically just going to do 2 attacks here. So he's going to stay where he is and kill this one, which is going to raise Bloodlust, which is going to lose or increase Horror, which is going to give us a time. And then he's going to move again and kill this one, which is going to raise Bloodlust and give us a time, but is going to unlock the dark power here, which is hard skin. Oh man, the Eyeless ignores the first damage it takes each turn. As if my path to doing 10 damage was not hard enough. It just got brutal. So we're going to have to make some big play here. I mean, it might be the shopping mall. Like we might, and actually, let's see what the finale is, because maybe noise won't be as much of an issue now that we're not risking card draws. It is the time, though, for us to know what the finale is. This is the one advantage of the finale of, wow, it's usually quite brutal. It's like known. You at least know what's going to happen. It knows my moves. So its behavior is now going to be target closest, move, and double attack. After you resolve any reaction card, remove it from the game. Oh man, that feels like a nail in the coffin here, because that basically means our guard, retaliate. Our 3 cards that can, protect us are one-time use for the rest of the game. But it doesn't necessarily attack me. It'll attack victims. So keep some victims with me as meat shields. Let's see here. Nobody panics. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. And we are at 8 time. And we get to reset to 0 noise. And noise doesn't matter anymore. Am I right? I think I'm right. There's nothing that's going to affect noise. So in that case, I think we got to sprint our way this way. I think we can drop off people for health, but at the same time, those are people that aren't meat shields then for me, and those double attacks are just going to wreck me. So maybe we keep him with us, even though them dying is also going to increase his stats. But I think we got to make a run for that shotgun. Like, and even that, I mean, the shotgun is a Hail Mary approach because it's got kind of the shoot the moon thing of every star you roll deals 3 damage when you do it. So if you set yourself up that you roll more dice, maybe you take a planning to roll more dice, like there's a chance that you could get multiple stars and do a bunch of damage. I think it's the only way. So we are going to parkour, I believe. We're 2 away now. Do we focus twice? I think we have to play risky here. I mean, we're in a tough spot. So I think we're going to try to get we're hoping we don't have to spend any cards. Okay, we got our first one. And we're actually pretty good on time because of Rhonda's ability. So then we're going to do another focus and try to get to 3 dice here. It's not what we wanted to see. I think we have to give up the guard and the walk. But we are now rolling 3 dice and we're going to parkour. We can only take the 1 success. So for a time, I guess technically I should do noise. I don't think maybe there'll be no, there shouldn't be anything that references it, but I'll still do it for completeness. We did focus, parkour. It's going to get us to here. And then I think we got a sprint. His movement's 3. There's like an outside chance we could get far enough away that he can't get to us. In fact, is it better for me to parkour this way? To just get further away? Because like that's going to be the strategy here a bit, is like a runaway game. Because anytime I'm more than 3 spaces away... Oh, actually, he's probably going to target down here. Which should buy me time. Even if I go this other way. Okay. So that was my parkour result. So now we're doing a sprint, right? That's where we left this. Ooh, that was a little scary. 2 spaces. So I think we get here. That'll cause him to target down here. Do we save either of these? It gives me health. But it also, eventually he's going to catch up to me. And the conspiracy theorist on that first attack is going to actually do a damage. I think we keep him with us. So, with that, I have 4 to spend. We're probably going to want to search because we got to get that shotgun. We're probably going to want to guard just in case. Well, I mean, he's guaranteed not to. The other thing, he's going to do horror twice. Or no, he's going to go up twice on Bloodlust and do horror once when he kills those people. So having a way, maybe we get distraction. I think we do, to try to keep ourselves in the 3. Okay. I'm not loving our odds, but if there's one thing I've learned about this game, it's you keep doing whatever it takes to give yourself a chance, because I've seen some crazy things happen. Who knows? Actually, here's the thing. If we can rescue our best friend, we get the spell book, we get our horror all the way to 0. Like, that could be a huge boon. So we got to make it to that point. But for now, we are going to have this target down here. He's going to move there. He's going to attack twice. And that is going to move Bloodlust up by 2, which moves my time up by 2. That's a really helpful ability. And it's going to bump down, or increase horror, but we're planning for that with distraction. So it is going to be our turn. The Eyeless is still too far away, so we don't have to worry about like guarding. We're going to have at least a turn here to hopefully hunker down with the shotgun. But I think we got a distraction first to get back into 3 dice. Ah, not awesome. I mean, we're not using weak attack. I mean, there's an argument for a short rest, actually. I think we do weak attack in close call. We take the horror increase and actually a time increase, right, with a distraction. We're distracting him from a distance. So I think we walk. We're rolling 3 dice now. We move 1 space. Technically, again, I don't know that I need to be doing... I'm going to not move noise, and if for some reason it comes up, I'll be able to figure it out. So I think I hold off on our search, even though I really just need the top item. It'd be better to have cards that I can discard if needed. So we have 8 to work with here. We're getting some other cards back. What is the plan here? We should stay at 3 dice because it's only going to be once he kills people that start being an issue. Now, retaliate isn't the shotgun isn't used with an action. It's used on its own. Honestly, searching for more than the shotgun might be a good idea. There might be something else that could relate. Well, okay, hold on a second. I'm not just hunkering down at the shotgun. I still got to find my best friend. So we have to be making a play to these. It'd be nice if we could draw him, because he's going to probably go here. Because if we kind of draw him up that way, then maybe next turn we can head down the side and still be more than 3 spaces away. And then check out these. That's probably the play. So we're kind of searching and getting out of there. And actually, if I can get, getting some of these people off the map means that I could guarantee I stay at my high die rolls. So let's see here. I'm trying to decide how to spend 8. Whew. Probably sprint. Because we got to find the best friend, and we need movement to do that. That's going to be 4. Then, now that noise doesn't matter, I think improvise is the play. Because if we improvise right away, we could potentially, which would be a decent odds, we can have really good results on that search or potentially the rest of our actions. So let's do that. It wasted 1, I think, but I'm okay with that. We are going to return these. So the killer phase has become pretty quick here because we know what he's doing. And that is going to be moving 1, 2, 3, I think is the closest he can get. But cannot attack me. And actually, even the remaining bloodlust. Oh, actually. Yeah, even if he kills people, it raises bloodlust, but it doesn't raise horror. I think I'm already in a position where I'm guaranteed to stay, unless something really unexpected happens somehow. So, it is going to be... Oh, you know what I probably forgot? Lose 2 when I cross the bridge way back. I'll make up for that by just trashing 2 focuses. Just say that spent the 2 time. That feels pretty fair. I would have ended up just not buying as much back when I had crossed. But we'll go with that. So we are improvising, and this is where if we could get a double resolve, we could have a really, really good turn here. Okay, we can make it happen. I think we do. I think it's worth it. Get our walk and our short rest. We are probably going to want to rest at some point here, but we still got our trash can lid. That is going to make it that the rest of this action phase is 3s and 4s count. So I feel pretty good about doing all 3 of these actions at 3 dice with that. So I'm going to search. 3s and 4s are good. Which is good, because that was a trash roll. So we're actually going to look at the top 2 items. We think we want the shotgun. In fact, we almost certainly do, but you never know. The other option is a lucky dragon's foot. which I can discard during the action phase to roll the d20 and choose results based on... I might leave that on top, actually, because like it has a move a space as one of the options, which we may be running for our life a little bit here. Because here's the thing. The shotgun, which we have now acquired... Oh, I can't hold the shotgun and the trash can lid at the same time. Well, for now, we're going to demote the trash can lid and do the shotgun. The shotgun has a range of 1. So here's what I'm thinking is if we can put ourselves 4 spaces away so that he runs up 1 space away, we can get a safe shot with the shotgun without taking damage. So I think that's a good plan. We're going to sprint here. 3s and 4s still count. We got a double result. And let's see. Search did a time. Sprint. So we could go 3, and I think we want to. 1, 2, 3. The community pool would be 4 spaces away and would let us look at that. I think that's the play, is let's get to the community pool. So we do another one. Oh, terrible roll. It's a really good thing we got that improvise. That is going to give us our movement to go here. I think we bring everybody with me because I don't care that much about this bloodlust going up, especially because it increases my time and it saves me from getting hit. So I've got my little posse here. I'm going to spend an additional time to reveal this. Come on, C. It is an A. That is going to do us no good. This is guaranteed to be a C, which means that we will discover where our best friend is. What do we know about that right now? We know that it's west of the river in south. It's going to be somewhere down here. It's either Fanghorn or Government Lab. That's unfortunate. So we're going to have to get a move on to get over there without getting hit. But we'll cross that bridge. Literally cross that bridge when we get there. That leaves me with only 2 to spend, which is a little terrifying, but he can't get to me. But I'm only going to have a walk next turn. And I really do need to get to this. But then I likely am going to have to take a hit. Or my 2 victims are going to take hits. I'm going to get hits back with the conspiracy theorist. But we are going to be in kind of some trouble after that. So what did I say? We have only 2 to spend. I think we take a guard. Okay. Hopefully we have some more time to work with next turn. That improvise proved to be crucial. The one thing that's really going to help us here is the rolling 3 dice. So he's going to target and go 1, 2, 3. Oh no, his movement went up to 4. What does this mean? Actually, you know what it means. It means that this guy should be here, because when he was targeting me at the shopping mall, he should have gone 4. But that doesn't quite help me, because it's still 4 to where I am. Well, I guess we're getting hit this turn. I think that's okay. We'll let him come. It's a little too bad. We would have liked to save that another turn. But I don't think there was any way around it, because we definitely need to pick one of these up. So he's going to come. He's going to kill our 2 final victims, which is going to give me 2 time. It's going to raise this by 2, but doesn't really do anything other than he has 5 movement now. That's really the killer. But our conspiracy theorist is going to do 2 hits back. Now, the conspiracy theorist is a problem, because if he's killed in my space, I do damage. So you know what the play is here. Sorry, conspiracy theorist. You are getting abandoned at the community pool so that you can get killed alone, because that'll save me a turn and buy me time to go look for my best friend. Okay, you did serve me very well, conspiracy theorist. That was what, 3 damage I got out of that? It is our turn. We need a shotgun. Oh, but do we really shotgun now? We're rolling 3 dice. It's only on stars. So like it's only a 1 and 3 for each. It's just we really wanted to get like a planning to really, really hit him. But it's also like a decent opportunity. And I'm going to want to switch to my trash can lid eventually to save my life. I think we got to take a shot here. So we're spending... Oh, but we don't even have a close call. Shoot. Do we really risk one of our shotgun shots without any ability to manipulate that roll? We only have to do 8 more damage. If we even just get 1 star, which is what the odds suggest, that would be a big help. Although I can use the shotgun more than once per turn. It isn't helped by improvise because it's only on stars, but it is helped by planning. You know what? Maybe we wait because he's going to come to us. We're going to have an opportunity to use it. And we'll probably use it twice, switch to our trash can lid, although we can only switch during the upkeep. So we would have to go into a killer phase. Vulnerable. Yikes, this is tricky because he's going to get to me so fast after he kills the conspiracy theorist. And he ignores the first damage he takes every turn, which means it's better to hit him more in the same turn. You could shotgun twice here, but we don't have a close call. If I can get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we don't want to go to that one. 1, 2. We got to go to my best friend's house. Why didn't I go to my best friend's house to look for clues about my best friend? That's just not using the brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away. But there's no way I'm getting 6 spaces. Like I'm going to get hit this. Well, the conspiracy theorist is buying me 1 turn to run more. So it could be the following turn that I could be far enough away that he lands 1 away. I don't get hit. I can prep to use the shotgun from my best friend's house, double hit, and then go try to find my best friend. I think that's the play. So what does this mean? Everything I just said. It means that we are... I'm forgetting like where we even are in the... I was deciding if I wanted to use the shotgun. That was what I was deciding. And I think the answer is no. So we are going to walk to get so that we don't get hit. Do we weak attack while we're here? There's something to be said, actually, because even if I lose a health, I'll be rolling more dice. You know, because if you get down to your final health, you get an extra die on all rolls. Which is huge for the shotgun. Okay, I think this is the play. So we are going to roll 3 dice for our weak attack. We actually kind of want to lose the health. Can I choose to roll? So let's see here. That is perfect. Do a damage. Oh, he ignores the first damage he takes every turn. Fine. So he ignores that damage. I take 1. I'm kind of thinking we shotgun right now. There's an outside chance you kill him. The shotgun's 3 per star. We would be getting 4 dice now with each of those. I think we go for it. And then we walk away and let the conspiracy theorist take a hit. And that'll allow us to change our trash can lid in time because we're looking pretty squishy. Although he's up to 4 attacks, so the trash can lid isn't exactly going to help me unless I rest. Especially because this is some bad things going. I mean, a guard could help me. But let's use our shotgun. This is big. This is really big. We, with 3 plus our 1, are going to get 4 dice. And we have no ability to reroll anything. But every star is 3 damage. Come on, buddy. Boom. Double hit. That is going to do 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we just go for it here? Because we already got through his hard skin with my weak attack. I mean, it's a great time to do it when his hard skin's already down. We would only need 1 star to potentially defeat him. I think we use the shotgun here because there's nothing that says once per round. So we were hitting with 4. We just need 1 star. 1 star. Ah! I got it without the one that went. We would have gotten 2. Okay. Roll. I'm getting too excited. I'm rolling outside the dice tray. Oh, speaking of which, the shotgun would have been a +3 noise. Our noise is through the roof, but it doesn't matter. If this does not have extra health, we have defeated the Eyeless. Otherwise, we must keep going. And it is defeated. I even saved the conspiracy theorist's life. The only person left in Falconwood. Wow, what a game. That was really, really exciting down the stretch. I mean, some huge things. The conspiracy theorist, definitely an MVP here. The way that allowed me to get rid of that noise one and do some hits while having the victims kind of eat up the hits. The fact that I was able to get into the finale, that while it was bad, it still targeted victims. It didn't target me exclusively, and it made noise no longer matter at all, which let me be very aggressive and let me lock my horror into the 3 rolls. And I have to say, that final turn, to weak attack, to intentionally get hurt, to get to plus dice, and bring down the hard skin to do then double play with the shotgun, that's just good stuff. Didn't even have to use our trash can lid. Oh no. Oh no. You probably have been yelling at the screen because you saw the error that I made before I did. And that is the error that we never found our best friend. We can't defeat the enemy yet. So what does this mean? This means that our shotgun can't remove that last health. We can still use it, but the enemy is not dead yet. Oh man, I got ahead of I got too excited with the shotgun. Forgot about my best friend because we have to complete that mission. So this does mean we are rolling 5 dice now. So we're still in this. We're still in this. We just got to find the best friend and then potentially use the spell book or something to finish this off. So our plan remains the same of we need to walk away so that we don't get hit here. We get 5 dice to attempt it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That was really bad. Okay, that was really bad. We have a guard card, though. So I can't do the move to lose a health. So I am going to be stuck in this space, which means I am going to take one of these attacks. However, we can plan for that. We have a trash can lid. We have guard. So that should be enough to save us. But it does mean we're looking a little bit tight here. However, with the guard, with how many dice are rolling, we might ignore all of it. And I think now with 6 to spend, I think we get another guard, and I think we get a sprint. 2 sprints, actually. Because we're going. We got to save our best friend. I am so sorry, conspiracy theorists, that I thought I had saved you in this game, but I indeed did not. And so he is going to stay in our space. He is going to attack and kill the conspiracy theorist. Oh no, he was killed in my space. So I do actually get reduced. I do have a focus. I could bump that right back. And then it attacks me. I am going to guard against that, but I'm going to lose this guard for the rest of the game. And because it bumped me down, I'm going to get 4 dice. I could discard 2 to prevent it all. I probably should. My limited uses of... So we're going to get rid of one of our focuses. I think I'm going to... I probably should short rest at some point. But I really want to keep my movement to get all the way over there. And if I get all the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I can get to my best friend's house, the killer cannot reach me. So I think we double down on movement. We keep our focus. We'll keep... Well, do we discard the guard and just assume he's not going to get to me? Because if he gets to me, double attack in my space, a guard won't save me. It won't, because I could block the whole first one, but then 4 damage would still flip this. So I think we say, you know what? We're not using the guard. We blocked all of that. And so now it is going to be a new round. I'm going to focus right away. Oh my gosh. Focus here, Rhonda. We need it. I don't even know if it's worth it, because I'd have to give up my walk. I think we just say we didn't focus and we're going to be at 4 dice. 4 dice is still pretty dang good. Let's sprint. Okay, there we go. 1 time to go 3. We have to make it to my best friend's house. We must. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I can't do it. And going the space would end the action phase. I can't do that either. But I can't take a damage. Oh no, what a roll! 1-1-1-3? By the way, we should have one more time. Oh no, yeah. Because the bloodlust technically went up due to my conspiracy theorist die. I don't think that's going to save us here. Oh, this could be the most tragic of endings here. Because I could spend the 2 cards, which would give me 2 spaces. But 2 spaces is not enough to get away. I'm going to be able to maybe get a retaliate. Like, we doubled down on not getting attacked. That was the whole plan. But the rolls were so bad, we missed our focus, and then this sprint here. Now, if we don't make it, we could short rest. Is there any way we could short rest? That doesn't... If I short rest and get the retaliate, I have a chance of living. Which I think has to be the... Oh, but we can't take a damage. We cannot take a damage. So I have to spend these cards. Okay, here's the deal. If we spend these cards, the only guard we can get is retaliate. And we can't stop it. So it's flipping this regardless. So like we're going to be at the mercy of this flipping. I think no matter what I do here. So if that's the case, do we allow it to flip now? No, we probably want it to flip on his turn so that it ends the killer phase. Wow, what a tragedy. So we have to spend these 2 so that we don't get hurt. Yeah, we're not even going to be able to afford to retaliate. That is going to let us move 2 spaces. Oh, not only will we not do a retaliate, we lose 2 for crossing a bridge. Oh man, we may have our victory snatched from us here. We'll get a couple cards back. I mean, no matter what, we're at the mercy of this. I should have used the that die. The odds were so good. The odds are so good. If you don't know, this is the die you can use once per game, and it's got all stars on 5 sides, but if you roll the skull, you automatically lose. You only want to use it in the most dire of circumstances, which this honestly wasn't. Like, the odds were pretty good. The odds were pretty good. Do we cross and only get... Oh, man. Cross and only get 1. Or... I think we have to, because we have to cross eventually. So we take advantage of the fact that we got the movement. We only are going to have 1 to spend. We'll get a close call, I guess. But we are completely at the mercy of my final health token. which, spoiler, we know his doesn't have one because we accidentally went forward with that. But so that increases the odds that perhaps this is it. What do you think? Place your bets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacks twice. I'm going to not use the trash can lid because either way it's getting to this. I might as well have the trash can lid. Because if I do have health here, it ends the killer phase. So I'll have a moment to regroup. Do we live? We do. With 2 health. Holy Toledo, we're still in this thing. Okay, so that only happens once. If I ever die again, it for sure will be the end. I don't have my +1 anymore with that die, but I am alive. I am alive. What does this mean though? Because I'm at 6. Like, I'm gonna have to get cards that can protect me. I can take 1 hit now though, with trash can lid and this health, and that actually gets me back to my other die. So I think we have to walk here, but we really want to use as little time as possible. Oh, hold on. How many dice are we rolling? Only 3. We keep losing our... I don't have a focus. Oh my gosh, this game. I don't really want to spend time. I don't want to spend the health because right now I'm at the right amount that I can do that. So I think I have to do the 2, lose a time, move a space. I think we're going to lose another time to get this. Because then we'll know where our friend is. And that is going to be C1 was first in alphabetical order east of the river in... Oh, wait, it's North Falconwood. I was acting like it was going to be South Falconwood. Oh, no, it is South Falconwood. I don't know how to read. So B2, South Falconwood. We've got west of the river. We've got first in alphabetical order. F comes before G. That's what we're talking about. Okay, best friend is not far. He just wandered out into the forest. What are we all worried about? Okay, that's good. However, and when that happens, our horror goes all the way to 0. And we get our best friend. When he's in our space, horror levels cannot go up for any reason, but if my best friend is killed for horror. But that could save me. It would be a sad ending to this, to find my best friend only to then let him die to save myself. But hey, whatever I got to do to win. We get our spell book that very well could be... Oh, I should have moved this up. Last upkeep. Our spell book could very well be the killing blow here. So we are now at the point where we can hurt him, but he still has the hard skin. Let's just think this through. I have 4 to spend. Here's the thing. Do I take a retaliate with the thought that I could win the game on the retaliate? Probably. I only have to hit him 1, and I know I can block 1. However, my retaliate would need... If I somehow fail that retaliate, I'll let him hit me on the first one so I go to more dice. But if I somehow fail that retaliate, like, even if I get the 1 result, I think I would win. I think if we both die at the same time, and then, you know, I saved the world still, even though I sacrificed myself to do it. Oh, and we actually, a guard should be removed from the game. We used 1 so far, I think. This is risky. Actually, the play here is probably to get some more time, because we don't need these focuses. Yeah. So we'll discard those for 2 time. We'll get retaliate and guard. Oh, wait, we can't. These are the ones I just picked up. So I can't use them this turn. So are we just going with the retaliate? I have cards to discard. I think it's the play. It's going to be an epic finish. I think we go for it. And this is it, everybody. Although, spellbook. Am I supposed to get the spellbook immediately? I might not. It's hard to read this from the identity, unique space. It's only once I rescue my best friend that I get this. So I don't have these things. Makes sense. Makes sense that I got to rescue him. But I don't think that's really going to change. Oh, yeah. I almost twice in this video am going to make the same mistake. I cannot defeat the killer until I actually rescue my best friend. I think the play is the same, but I got to get down there and rescue him. Golly, I can't get it through my brain that I can't finish this guy off. Okay, so here's the deal. He is moving to me in my best friend's house. He is attacking me. I am using the trash can lid to absorb 3 of it and take exactly 1 damage. That is then going to do a second attack with 4. I am now rolling 5 dice and doing a retaliate. My retaliate, I guess actually, yeah, sorry, we should take guard because we can't hurt him until we get the best friend. So we should definitely have taken guard and we should have taken sprint to make sure that we can get down to our friend. So we are definitely going to do guard instead of retaliate. But we do need an ignore all here or we lose. I have cards to spend if needed, but we need at least 2 3 through 6s. So help me. Really a bad roll. But the 5 dice is going to save us. We can discard 2. We don't care about our focuses. That is going to ignore all damage. It is back to my turn. We are at 6. We are going to sprint our way to our friend with 5 dice. Oh my gosh, these rolls are killing me. But we only need 2 spaces. And here, do we need to spend anything? Go to actions. Discard any action card that recovers health. I have a short rest. I should have read that. Any action card that recovers health to get my best friend. So I now have the best friend who isn't really, I guess, could take a hit for me if needed. And we have the spell book. We now could, and it does our horror. Oh, I did that earlier, didn't I? I can't really undo that, so sorry. May have slightly given myself an advantage by giving myself that horror roll early. Although I had gotten it to here, so I can't remember where we were at. So, at this point, I have 5. Now is the time for the retaliate. And we take it with a close call. Okay, all comes down to this. And if we, I mean, I guess we lose our guard card. So like we really are running out of, we're at the end of the rope here. Oh, but it's going to choose to attack my best friend. I don't even have a choice. That's so sad. Because that means my best friend's going to die right in front of me and I'm going to avenge him immediately. Well, it is what it is. So, going to move to me. Going to kill my best friend that I just found. This is a tragic story, really. And if my best friend is killed, 4 horror. Oh, that's awful. So we lose that die. Is now going to attack me, and we are going to retaliate. It is okay if we die with the killer. We're going to get 4. We lost our 5th die, but I've got a reroll. I've got cards to discard. We should have this. We should have this. We have a hit. We're going to discard 2. That is going to ignore all damage, do 2 damage, and I believe we actually won now. My goodness, what a crazy game. I'm glad I at least noticed that I completely cheated on my first, or just completely neglected the fact that my best friend was still missing. Sadly, killed in front of me, but at least Falconwood can rest easy knowing that the Eyeless, if there's anybody left in Falconwood, knowing that the Eyeless has been defeated. Wow, that was a doozy. Final Girl games can range from 15 minutes to what you just saw there is kind of the upper end in my experience. But man, it was a fun one. I hope you enjoyed it. There's also some other videos you can check out here on the channel, and we will see you in the next one.